Hey, I have been a little silent about all the stuff going on with Kavanaugh and Dr. Ford, and so I thought I would quit being silent because I've kind of recovered a little bit and wanted to talk to y'all just about two things. One is, should you share your own experience of sexual assault or rape or whatever nasty thing that went down for you when you were a teenager with your lovely children? That's the first thing. And then the other thing is just about how to talk about sexual assault with your kids in general. So, my answer to the first question about sharing your personal trauma with your children is no. If your kids are older, if they are in their later teens, early 20s, then it's okay to talk about what happened to you as a teenager. Children really don't do very well when they hear about our own personal traumas. It freaks them out, it unsettles them, and that is about the last thing we need for our children, is for them to be worried about us, worried about our sexual traumas and that sort of thing. I know not everyone's going to agree with me about this, but if you think about it from a developmental standpoint, and if you think about it from a personal standpoint, and if your mom had shared with you that she was gang raped in high school by a bunch of guys, it might have been really hard for you to hear. And maybe you have shared with your kids and they seem fine, and they probably are. I don't know. I mean, this is kind of a values thing. But for me, talking about your own personal sexual traumas, unless they ask you directly, is a no-go. And then on to the other chunk, which is, how do you talk about sexual assault? So first of all, of course, your kids need to know about healthy sexuality, and that people usually have sex and do sexual things together because they want to. They agree to have sex or do sexual stuff because it's fun and it feels good. So that's the first thing they need to know. So we're just going to assume that you're totally on it and your kids already know about healthy sexuality, or you've started those conversations. So that's the first hurdle. So then what you can say to them, and this is something you could say to an 8-year-old, you can say, most of the time when people do something sexual together, when they have sex or they make out or they kiss or they cuddle or they do other sexual things, they agree to do it. It's something they want to do. Everybody says yes, they're feeling good, they're excited to be together in this way. Sometimes one person may force another person to do sexual things with them. That's called sexual assault. If someone forces another person to have any kind of sex with them, then that's called rape. It's something that's really scary and uncomfortable, but most of the time people enjoy sex and want to have sex together and want to do sexual things together because everybody agrees. And then you answer their questions. And you also need to be really reassuring and tell them that if anything ever happens to them that feels uncomfortable, like anything at all, a sexual thing, a non-sexual thing, something with a friend, that you are totally there for them. You are open and willing to talk to them about it, and that nothing they can say to you would ever really hurt you or ruin you. And really, I say this over and over again, it's your job to make sure your kids are informed about this. Don't leave it up to the media or their peers. So if you need more help with the sex talk and stuff, please check out my website, birdsandbeesandkids.com. Thanks. Have a good day. Good luck. Let me know how it goes with your kiddos. Thanks.